everyone, welcome to our channel where we bring you the latest updates on the world of Formula 1. Today we're diving deep into the intense world of F1 teams racing to meet the FIA's latest rule changes. With the season heating up, the FIA has thrown teams and drivers a curveball, leaving them scrambling to adapt to the new regulations. From pit to podium, the pressure is on for teams like Red Bull, Mercedes and Ferrari to stay ahead of the curve. In this video, we'll explore how the rule changes have impacted the championship, from behind the scenes of team adaptations to on-track driver controversies and fan reactions. So, buckle up and let's take a closer look at what's really going on in the world of F1. The FIA has implemented some serious changes to the sport that are sure to shake things up and has already made some controversies over the rules. This season can become the most controversial one in terms of FIA rules after so many years. But what are the rules FIA implemented and made? Do you want to know? If yes, we are going to briefly check about those now. From technical adjustments to tyre experiments and changes in working conditions, we're all breaking it down for you. Keep your eyes on the track because the minimum ride height of the cars has been raised to help eradicate porpoising, and the roll hoops have been strengthened following Zhou Guangyu's horrific crash. Plus, there will be new sensors installed to measure the car's vertical forces accurately. And let's not forget about the tyres. F1 will be experimenting with a new tyre system in qualifying, giving us a fresh twist on the classic race. Even the reflective surface on the rear view mirrors has been increased to enhance visibility. But it's not just about the cars and drivers. The FIA is also looking out for the well-being of the teams. That's why working hours are being reduced across Grand Prix race weekends over the next 2 seasons. Plus, there's a new specification of wet tyre for wet weather conditions and extra freedom for teams regarding fuel cooling. The FIA has made some last-minute changes that have set the 2023 F1 season ablaze with excitement and controversy. First up, they've widened the grid boxes by a whopping 20 centimeters, making the start of the race even more thrilling and unpredictable. And that's not all. The FIA's new penalty rules have already caused a stir, with Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon falling foul of the regulations at the Bahrain and Saudi Arabian GPs. But the drama didn't end there. After serving his penalty, Alonso was penalised again for a technical infringement, only to be reinstated in the top 3 by the FIA. Meanwhile, Carlos Sainz was left fuming after being hit with a 5-second penalty at the Australian Grand Prix, sparking a heated debate about the fairness of the rules. All in all, it's shaping up to be a season full of twists and turns, and we can't wait to see what happens next. Does the game end here? No, there are some more last-minute rules. Don't worry, you can guess it now, and if not, we are here for you. So get ready to say goodbye to one of the most iconic celebrations in F1. Yes, you heard it right. The FIA has banned the practice of climbing the catch fencing along the pit lane to celebrate a team's victory. Despite being banned since 2006, teams have been ignoring the rule, with Red Bull, Ferrari and Mercedes being the biggest offenders. However, FIA's Formula 1 race director Niles Wittich has since now reminded all teams that climbing the pit wall is strictly prohibited, and any team caught breaking this rule will be reported to the stewards. This is just one of the many efforts by the FIA to reinforce the application of existing rules and ensure the safety of all team members and drivers. So get ready for some new celebrations in F1, as teams will have to come up with alternative ways to celebrate their victories without breaking any rules. The FIA's announcement about banning team members from climbing the pit wall fence during victory celebrations has caused a bit of an uproar in the Formula 1 community. While the regulation has been in place since 2006, the FIA has now decided to strictly enforce it, leading to reactions from both team members and fans. Christian Horner, the head of Red Bull's racing operations, has been one of the most vocal critics of the new rule. Horner expressed his disappointment and called the celebrations iconic before the start of the Australian Grand Prix. However, after Max Verstappen set the record for the quickest lap time in the first practice session, Horner was taken aback by the decision to tighten things up. He believes that the pit wall celebrations have always been a part of Grand Prix racing and should be allowed as long as they are carried out safely. On social media, many fans have expressed their disappointment towards the new ruling that might lead to penalties for teams continuing to celebrate by climbing the pit wall fence. One Twitter user made a sarcastic comment on the situation by saying that the FIA might ban spraying champagne next week due to it being a slip hazard and stinging people's eyes. Another person mentioned that the sport might become boring and less exciting to watch due to the FIA's new rules, comparing it to golf. Additionally, a fan pointed out that walking through the pits during the previous year's Australian Grand Prix posed a more significant safety risk than the celebration on the pit wall, and these celebrations have never caused any issues before, which takes the excitement out of the sport. It is worth noting that despite the rule being in place for many years, team members from Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes have been seen climbing the fence during celebrations when their teams won in 2022, and even as recently as Jeddah in 2023. Surprisingly, none of these incidents have resulted in any investigation by the stewards. The FIA's decision to more strictly enforce the rule banning climbing the pit wall is just one of their many efforts to reinforce the application of existing regulations. While some believe that the rule is necessary for the safety reasons, others argue that it takes away from the thrill and excitement of the sport. It remains to be seen how teams and fans will react to the new enforcement, but it's clear that the debate will continue for some time to come. The world of Formula One is abuzz with rumours of a last-minute rule change that could potentially scrap practice sessions altogether. But is there any truth to this speculation, or is it all just hot air? According to the president of Formula One, Stefano Domenicali, the rumours are premature. In a recent interview with Portuguese TV, Domenicali expressed his support for the cancellation of free practice sessions, but he later clarified his comments, stressing the importance of balance in giving teams and drivers a chance to showcase their abilities. While the sport is open to making changes to engage a growing audience, it also values its traditions. So, for now, fans can breathe a sigh of relief knowing that practice sessions are still part of the game. However, one driver who's not thrilled about the idea of changes to the format is Max Verstappen. The Red Bull star has spoken out about his concerns, saying that he may walk away from the sport if free practice sessions are eliminated. Verstappen believes that the main race is where the excitement is, and he's not alone in his opinion. Will Formula One take note of his warning and find a way to balance tradition and innovation? Only time will tell, but you guys can guess and comment below in the comments section with your guesses and options. And that's a wrap, guys. As we bring this F1 update to a close, we hope you enjoyed our deep dive into the world of F1 and the latest rule changes that are shaking up the championship. From the technical adjustments to tyre experiments and changes in working conditions, we've covered it all. We've also witnessed some exciting and controversial moments on the track with the new penalty rules and the ban on climbing the catch fencing along the pit lane. The FIA's efforts to enforce existing rules and ensure the safety of all team members and drivers has caused some uproar, but we're sure that the F1 teams will continue to amaze us with their innovative and exciting ways to celebrate their victories. So stay tuned for more exciting updates from the world of F1, and until then, enjoy the season and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.